Good evening and welcome to Eagle Eyes News at 6. I'm Adrian Ellis.
And I'm Chloe Thaler. This year's 2020 Diversity Promising Practices Conference at Auburn University featured one of Twitter's biggest thought leaders.
Candy Castle-Berry Singleton, Vice President of Diversity Partnership Strategy and Engagement for Twitter, was the keynote speaker for the annual conference, which was held Monday, February 10th and Tuesday, February 12th at the Hotel at Auburn University in Dixon Conference Center.
The conference focused on a theme of an inspired pathway pursuing leadership intelligence through inclusion. Singleton's focus at Twitter involves her partnering with external organizations to help advance collaboration and inclusivity throughout the industry and the community as a whole.
Taffy Benson Clayton, Auburn University Associate Provost and Vice President for Inclusion and Diversity, said, "We are thrilled to have such an outstanding industry leader speak to our conference attendees to empower organizations with effective strategies embracing inclusive and diverse environments."
Auburn University Library's Spring Discover Lecture Series started today. Lori Scott of the Department of Physics gave a presentation titled Dusty Plasmas on the International Space Station.
There are 3 more events scheduled for the semester. On February 27th, Chris Lepitchek of Wildlife Science will present From Pet to Pest, the Ecological and Management of Feral Cats. On March 24th, Bob Friedman, a historian from Birmingham, will showcase a radio hero of early Birmingham black radio and the life and times of Paul White. And on April 16th, Kevin Levin, guest of AU History Department, will discuss his book, Searching for Black Confederates, the Civil War's Most Persistent Myth.
All lectures are scheduled to take place Thursdays at 3 p.m. in the Caroline Marshall Drawn Auditorium on the ground floor of RBD Library, and they are open to the public.
AU Dance Marathon is an annual 14-hour dance event that raises money for the Children's Miracle Network. Eagle Eye sat down with Vice President of Marketing Casey Hines and Director of Public Relations Melanie Violek to learn more.
And we are back with our friends from Dance Marathon. With us today is Dance Marathon's Vice President of Marketing, Casey Hines, and Director of Public Relations, Melanie Violek. So, just what is Dance Marathon?
So Dance Marathon is a year-long fundraising event where we raise money for Children's Miracle Network Hospital and so our local hospitals in Columbus, Georgia, and then it all kind of accumulates into our main event, which is this Saturday.
Got you. So what is the main event, the big event?
So main event, it's kind of a culmination of our year-long fundraising efforts, and it celebrates the kids and the families and our hospital that we fundraise for. So we have a lot going on this year. It's in the Student Center Ballroom, and we're going to have silent disco and cornhole tournament and just a bunch of games and different things to get people excited for the day.
Awesome. So how do people sign up for this main event?
So the easiest way that you can sign up is go to aub.ie/FTK, and that'll take you straight to our registration link where you can either donate if you can't come to main event or to register as a participant.
Got you. So how can people be involved with Dance Marathon?
So there's a lot of ways that you can be involved. You can post all over social media. We create so many graphics for not only staff but for all participants to use and get them excited. And you can just be as involved as you want to be. So during the day, it's a 14-hour event, and you can stay as long as you want. We would love for you to stay the full 14 hours, but it's really what you make of it, and so we're really excited to see everyone there this weekend.
Awesome. Is there anything else you guys would like to add?
Just that we're so excited for the event. We, like Molly said, have so many cool things that we're doing this year that we haven't before. So we're doing a cornhole tournament and a Super Smash Bros tournament, and we have like kids from the hospital come and speak and like kind of tell their story. And so it's really cool for people who don't know what it is, just to like come and see, and then hopefully come again next year.
Awesome.
AU Dance Marathon is set to return to the Plains this weekend, February 15th in the Student Center.
Last Friday, FBI Deputy Director David L. Bowditch visited Auburn and spoke about expanding outreach, as well as pursuing partnerships with Auburn University.
During his campus visit, Bowditch signed a memorandum of understanding with Auburn that will aim to help address the demand for a larger future workforce trained in STEM and foreign language. Bowditch called on students to serve their country, whether in the FBI or in another way.
The FBI has just made a $1 billion investment to build a state-of-the-art campus in Huntsville that will involve moving over 1,000 FBI employees from Washington, D.C. and potentially add thousands of additional jobs.
The new partnership will be mutually beneficial through the sharing of information and technologies between the agency and the university. The university will also help to educate and train Bureau employees.
The College of Liberal Arts is offering a new study abroad program this semester.
Researching, reporting, and retracing the history of slavery and racism from Brazil to Alabama is an international program where students will examine the history of the transatlantic slave route while staying in the tropical coastline city of Salvador de Bahia.
Students will learn how to collect and contextualize historical data and policies that influence current discussions and social issues surrounding inequality in the U.S. The trip will be led by John Harlell from the School of Communication and Journalism and Janelle Rodriguez from the Department of English.
Coming up, Eagle Eye Sports has the recap on Auburn basketball's victory over Alabama.
You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
Welcome back to Eagle Eye Sports. I'm Mackenzie Collins. Last night, Auburn welcomed back in-state rival Alabama to Auburn Arena for their second matchup of the season. Now, if you remember, the first matchup had Alabama winning in Coleman Coliseum and ending Auburn's undefeated streak. After 2 straight overtime games, Bruce Pearl brought the Auburn Tigers into the arena with full intention to get revenge on the Crimson Tide. The Auburn Tigers look for revenge tonight against Alabama as the Crimson Tide won their first matchup at Tuscaloosa. It was the Anthony McLemore show in the first half as he would put up Auburn's first 6 points, ultimately leading to a 60-0 run in just 4.5 minutes. With Auburn up 16-4, Alabama's James Bolden hits a 3-point jumper to get the Tide rolling. Tide teammates Alex Reese and Jalen Forbes also hit a pair of threes with just under 2.5 minutes remaining in the first half to get the Tide within 3. With 37 seconds left in the first half, Auburn senior Samir Daddy made a layup to close the half with a 44-41 Auburn lead. Coming out of half, Alabama kept the pressure on as Jaden Shackelford drained a 3 to tie it up. Alabama had the upper hand from outside, knocking down 22 three-pointers, a new SEC record. However, Auburn dominated the defensive board as Austin Wilde had 9 defensive rebounds, 17 in total. Standout freshman Isaac Okoro went down late in the second half with a right hamstring injury. Although Auburn kept their lead all 40 minutes, Alabama tied the game up with a crucial 3 by John Petty Jr. To open up overtime, Samir Dowdy would score the first 6 points, and with the help of Jamon McCormick's free throws, Auburn stays undefeated at home with a final of 95-91. With the win tonight, Auburn improves to 22-2. Their next matchup will be against Missouri Tigers this Saturday at 5 o'clock. Reporting live from Auburn Arena, I'm Mackenzie Collins from Eagle Eye TV. Looking ahead to the rest of the week here at Auburn, softball has already partaken in a tournament in Clearwater, Florida, leaving that site with a 3-2 record, and at 5 games this weekend against Alabama State and UNC Wilmington. Baseball is in a 4-game series against Illinois Chicago, and men's basketball will be at Missouri on Saturday. The Tigers from all sports are looking to continue their hot streak on the court and begin new streaks on the diamond. That wraps it up for this week in Auburn sports. Be sure to follow our Twitter at Eagle Eye TV for all the sports updates. We'll be back with more after this.
Broadway is coming to the Plains this month as the Gogue Performing Arts Center prepares to host 2 hit musicals.
Rent is a Tony Award-winning musical that follows a year in the life of 7 artists struggling to find their way in New York City in the height of the HIV/AIDS epidemic of the 1980s. In celebration of their 20th anniversary tour, Rent is coming to the Gogue February 18th through the 19th.
Waitress is a Tony-nominated musical based on the 2007 movie of the same title. Waitress tells the story of Jenna Hutterson, a pie maker who dreams of a way out of her small town. Waitress will be at the Gogue February 25th through the 27th.
All shows start at 7:30 and tickets are now available on the Gogue website and box office.
In further affirmation of its land-grant mission to better the community, Auburn University has again achieved an outreach milestone with the recent renewal of its Carnegie Foundation Communication Engagement Classification through 2026.
The designation recognizes the impact of Auburn's outreach mission through its community engagement. Auburn has held its engagement classification continuously since 2010 and received renewal of the designation following a year-long application process led by the Division of University Outreach's Office of Public Service.
Auburn President Jay Gogue said, "We're honored to hold this national recognition for our outreach and community engagement. Outreach is a defining aspect of our land-grant heritage, and this classification reflects Auburn's significant community to serve the public in Auburn and Alabama and beyond."
Universities considered for Carnegie's community engagement designation must complete a rigorous application process assessing institutional support for engagement, community partnership, and student activities. In order to be selected for the classification, institutions must demonstrate sustained community engagement aligned among mission, culture, leadership, policies, administration, and resources.
A quarry that is being proposed just north of Opelika is causing major concerns for residents and city leaders.
The proposed location of the quarry is on County Road 168, just off US 431. But dozens of people are speaking out against the quarry, citing concerns about air and water quality.
Creekwood Resources, a company based out of Florence, submitted applications for air and national pollutants discharge elimination system permits. The permits would enable the company to release select pollutants into local waters with limits based on how often it can be done. However, this poses a threat to Sawachi Haji Lake and the surrounding areas.
The public campaign against the quarry is gaining support. Residents have been posting yard signs outside of their homes and along streets downtown.
This week's pet of the week is Oyster. This cat is ready to live out her golden years in a new forever home.
Oyster loves to talk to you and is always going on about how great her day is. She enjoys behind the ear scratches and can be found lying down on the warmest blanket in the room.
Oyster is 11 years old and still has so much love to get. She's sprayed, vaccinated, microchipped, and FIV negative. Come by the Lee County Humane Society and meet her this week. Coming up more on Auburn Theater's next spring production.
You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
The Auburn Theater Department is putting on Bring It On, the musical. The musical, based on the popular film series, transports audience to fierce rivalries, pointed politics, and high school drama on the cutthroat world of competitive high school cheerleading.
The musical will feature music by Lin-Manuel Miranda, the genius behind the hit musical Hamilton, and will be at the Telfair Pete Theater starting tonight and will run through the 20th.
The musical will also feature Talk Back Thursday on February 20th, where the audience can engage in a discussion against the performance and learn more about the production. Tickets are free to Auburn University students. That's all that we have for you tonight. Keep it up with all the latest Auburn news throughout the week by following us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Eagle Eye TV. I'm Adrian Ellis.
And I'm Chloe Thaler. Thanks for joining us, and War Eagle.